trust me, on tonight's show, you're going to see what I truly believe is one of the most innovative and just plain out there builds we've ever done on The Gadget Show.
Yeah, and you might have already had a sniff of what we've been doing, because last week we posted a teaser film on the internet, and this thing, it's gone global.
Absolutely. So you gamer girls and gamer boys are now dripping with anticipation at the very merest snufty of what we've got coming your way.
Snufty. So here's the story of how me and him made something quite extraordinary.
To build the ultimate gaming simulator, we needed to choose the ultimate first-person shooter. Multi-million selling cross-platform franchises like Call of Duty, Halo, and the Tom Clancy games were all worth considering. But Susie and I had managed to bag ourselves a PC copy of the as-yet unreleased Battlefield 3. Unlike its predecessors, Battlefield 3 employs a whole new graphics engine called Frostbite 2, which should deliver state-of-the-art graphics, sound, and a whole new way of scenery being destroyed.
Plus, it employs a brand new character animation technology called ANT, which essentially makes the soldiers look and behave in a super realistic way.
Oh, look out, RPG, hang on. That's right, I took care of him.
So, with Battlefield 3 on the table, we went in search of the tech and expertise we needed to bring it to life in our simulator.
First on the agenda for me was the location. I'm convinced that the optimum total immersion gaming experience can be achieved by placing the gamer inside this imposing self-contained igloo dome. Standing 4 metres high and 9 metres wide, the Igloo Vision Dome uses 5 HD projectors to produce 360-degree wraparound imagery. Even though the game would only project around half of the dome, it was the perfect environment in which to immerse the game player. But we still needed more tech. I found a video of a roller-driven omnidirectional treadmill that seems to enable you to walk in any direction, at any speed. This unique product is made by a Swedish company called MSE Weibel, who specialise in the manufacturing of military simulators. I contacted its designer, Daniel Johansson, to ask if the treadmill could be used to control a virtual character. Do you think that your technology can deliver that?
Well, Jason, I think our treadmill would be perfect for your simulator. So you can walk around freely, and we'll output these movements to control the game's character.
Daniel explained that 10 overhead infrared tracking cameras would monitor the real-time position of our game player on the treadmill, and that this data could then be used to control the directional movements of the Battlefield 3 character. You're a clever chap. You're a clever chap, Daniel. How do you feel about coming over to the UK to get this project rocking?
I would be honoured to do that.
Awesome, man. High five to the screen, my friend. High five.
Right.
Meanwhile, I went to meet Chris Chase, the boss of Extra Dimensional Technologies, a company who specialise in the creation of ambient LED lighting systems for concerts, exhibitions and the home. I was hoping his expertise in lighting would enable us to create the feeling of a full 360 immersive experience inside the Igloo Dome.
Oh, this is incredible. The colours are so vibrant and they're wrapped around the room and around you. You feel really enveloped. It takes watching TV, I think, to a whole new level.
Chris explained that his clever pixel mapping software could monitor the real-time colour changes within Battlefield 3 and use that information to control LEDs placed around the dome.
We'll be using about 800 LEDs. That way you'll get a really intense effect.
But Chris had yet another clever idea on how we could use his pixel mapping software.
What we could do is map certain pixels of the screen so that when you're, for example, if you get shot in the game and the screen goes red, we can use that signal to control a paintball gun, for example. So you get shot for real when you get shot in the game.
That is amazing.
Next, I needed to figure out a way to take on enemies within the game. Like with the Reliance system, our user has to have a physical gun to hold and shoot, and this is it. Now, I know it looks like a bit of a toy because that's exactly what it is, but it's actually rather clever. Known as the App Blaster gun, it's traditionally used as a peripheral to enhance the experience of playing iPhone or iPod games. It's got 2 different triggers, each of which control a dabber to press the screen during gameplay. I'm going to use the gun with an app called Mobile Mouse, which is synced wirelessly to the PC running Battlefield 3. This will be calibrated so that whenever the front trigger is pulled, the character's aiming reticle will appear. And whenever the rear trigger is pulled, shots will be fired. But I wasn't finished yet. I went to see Matt and Hugh from APS Events and Media, who had the technology to move the 180-degree game projection around the dome.
So this is a representation of the game player in the actual simulation. We've got the 180-degree game, which is moving at the same time as the actual game player.
OK, so if I'm the gamer, wherever I move, like this, the 180-degree screen follows me. And because of that, I never see behind it. I never see off screen. I'm completely immersed the entire time in the simulation.
That's correct. No matter where they look, they will see the game.
I love this.
And as if that wasn't enough, I was about to raise the immersive stakes even higher with the help of 12 Tipman Tango 1 paintball guns.
These little beauties are going to provide some real force feedback to the fortunate, or rather unfortunate person who's standing right in the middle of our simulator.
Friend of the show, Grant from Robo Challenge, had helped me to build 4 separate turrets, each with 3 guns mounted on top. And in the name of research, I decided to experience their power firsthand.
The idea of the 4 turrets is to completely surround the game player, like I'm being surrounded, right now. And they are triggered by the pixel, mapping system. And as for the gamer themselves, as they experience enemy fire from a certain direction within the game, he's also experiencing enemy fire from the same direction, physically, from the turrets. Stop! Ow!
In pursuit of creating the most immersive combat gaming simulator imaginable, Jason and I had pulled together a truly amazing team of experts with the most incredible array of technology. Now, we had to get on with the build.
First off, we laid down the ingenious omnidirectional treadmill designed by Swedish simulator manufacturer MSE. With 16 segments of belt-driven rollers underfoot and 10 infrared position tracking cameras overhead, this system would seamlessly control the speed and the direction of our characters' movements. Honestly, this is phenomenal. This is a world first. The concept is that the game player will move this way, but they'll not actually move any further than that because the whole surface is moving. They might want to run back over here, stop there, move this way, backwards, but never actually moving more than a couple of feet.
Can I just say, well found.
Next, Extra Dimensional Technologies installed our ambient lighting system by positioning 800 colour-changing LEDs evenly around the dome. Then it was time to bring in my 4 ferocious paintball gun turrets, positioning them equidistant around the treadmill.
We've got 12, which will fire up to 15 balls per second at the gamer.
Honestly, I can't tell you how amazing this is. It's going to be terrifying, and that's what's missing from sitting in front of your home computer.
You're not safe because you can get hit by enemy fire. And trust me, these babies hurt.
You tested them, right?
They really hurt.
But we weren't finished there, because I'd asked Iman Maradi from game designer agency Running in the Halls to hack an Xbox Kinect camera to detect any jumping and crouching movements. So you'll see that Kinect is positioned there. Its infrared camera is looking directly at the central position where the gamer will be inside the dome. In this case, it's Susie. She's given us a wave. But Susie, if you do a couple of movements that you would do in gameplay, like crouch, for example, and jump, both movements are recognised by Kinect, look, and then sent to Battlefield 3 as inputs. Genius.
After 6 weeks of hard research and painstaking building work, our unique creation was finally complete. But would it actually work?
Thanks to my knowledge of the game, I'd be the one going into the simulator. And while I kitted up for battle, Susie made a final check of all our computer systems.
Rygrin, are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you nervous?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very excited. And very
Adrenaline?
nervous. Loads of adrenaline surging from my body right now.
Okay, good luck. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Now come with me to my control centre. This is what I'm going to be seeing, these 3 monitors. So right here, we've got real live feed of Jason, and then here I've got the game, which obviously he's going to completely influence.
After the camera had detected my body's outline, I was free to pick up my wireless gun and begin the mission.
Here we go.
As I took my first steps on the treadmill, the sensation of physically navigating myself through the level was mind-blowing. It felt like I was actually in the game.
That is insanely realistic.
Oh, this is so good.
But then the enemy spotted me. Suddenly I was thrust into conflict, triggering the paintball guns to fire.
Oh, right past my ear. Ow!
Oh, he's been shot.
Jesus, this is so scary.
But as I spun round to retaliate, I noticed a problem.
I just can't get it to go down.
What's going on?
The tracking on my gun was out and wasn't aiming where I wanted, leaving me a sitting duck.
Ow, you Ow! Ow!
I had no option but to pull Jason out of the firing line.
Ow!
Stop!
Hi.
Hi.
So that is, without a shadow of a doubt, the most realistic game I've ever experienced. That includes £1 million flight simulators. But my tracking's letting me down just a little bit, and it makes you so angry, because I know I can do it.
While Jason cooled off, I worked tirelessly with the team to recalibrate the infrared tracking system for the gun and improve the alignment of the projected image.
So hopefully now the aim should be perfect.
On re-entry to the dome, I discovered Susie was spot on.
Look at that, I can scan my environment really easily now, look, as I'm getting used to it.
Good.
I was now ready to kick some serious virtual ass.
Have some of that!
Now it's cooking on gas.
Thanks to the 180-degree HD image, the Tannoy surround sound speakers, and our ambient LED lighting, Jason was completely immersed.
It's completely real.
So phenomenal was the realism that I actually began talking to my virtual comrades.
All right, buddy? Right, let's do it.
And I even put out a hand to drag a wounded soldier.
It's instinctively pulling my arm out. It's bizarre.
As Jason progressed through the level, the freedom of movement offered by the omnidirectional treadmill was extraordinary.
This is incredible. Going up these stairs is absolutely amazing. It's amazing. And it's also
That is genius.
Nearing the end of the level, I was now soaked with sweat and my heart was racing.
Oh my God, this is so scary. This is so scary.
I genuinely felt like the enemy was stalking me, and the fear induced by the automatic paintball guns was palpable, both mentally and physically.
He's genuinely scared in there. He's terrified.
But thanks to one last concerted offensive move, I completed the level, badly bruised, but over the moon.
Damn, this is awesome. Awesome.
Oh, guys, immense build. Well done.
Yeah. What an amazing setup. Moving floor when you were going up the stairs.
The stairs thing was the best, wasn't it?
Crazy.
Well done, guys. Well done. But of course, we're not going to stop there. We can take Jason at his word that it was a brilliantly immersive sim because you're a gamer. But we wanted to go one better than that. So we invited along a specialist, someone who's used to being in those kind of environments for real, to come and test their sim.
Our esteemed guest was military hero Andy McNabb, the fearless SAS commander who led the infamous undercover patrol group Bravo 20 during the First Gulf War. Thanks to 17 years of frontline combat experience and a recent role as realism consultant for Battlefield 3, Andy was the perfect person to test our simulator. As his identity must be kept secret, we'd agreed not to show his face.
Obviously in the military we use a lot of simulation to do a lot of certainly close quarter combat using live ammunition. So
we have got live ammo in there.
There you go. I know you got shot.
I'm telling you, if you get caught in the knackers, you're in trouble. So put your helmet on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do your worst.
Once inside, Andy completed the calibration. Then he began his virtual mission.
What you're getting on the simulator is exactly the same as in the real thing. You're getting the confusion, the darkness, but like ultimately tough because what you got to do is make sure that you get used to how the weapon plays. That's why they're called personal weapons.
He's navigating those corridors very well.
It's really quick.
See that
through,
straight
isn't
through
it?
there.
Yeah.
But now he was about to experience enemy fire for the first time.
Boogie's left. Santa Claus, Andy! Bad guys, here! Without hesitation, the gun turrets unleashed fury from all angles.
It's been shot. It's been shot.
But he just took it in his stride. Oh, RPG in the face! But because it's Andy, man, glancing blow.
And interestingly, like a true soldier, he never left a scene before meticulously scouring to check every inch was clear.
Maybe that's because he thinks it's real.
Exactly.
Maybe he does think it's real.
He won't leave this area until mentally he knows that his boys are all right. And as the level progressed, it was fascinating to watch Andy employ more of these tactics, honed in real life. This is interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Watch how fluid the movement is. Look, straight in, no messing about.
Watch him there.
Checks his six, do you see that? Look.
So now it looks like we've got a sniper coming up. So what we're trying to do is get 3 different angles, 3 different heights, so you've got at least 1 in 3 chance of hitting him, if you can find him.
Andy was now seemingly lost in the game, fully immersed in our visceral gaming experience.
Andy with an RPG, that is not a sight you want to see. Go on, Andy, give him some. Yeah, well done, Andy! British hero. Susie and I were overwhelmed with pride, but we were nervous to hear Andy's final verdict.
How are you doing?
Knackered.
The fact is, you don't want to let the T down. You've got that confusion, and what it does with that sort of 360 screen gives you the confusion and getting shot. That's really important for these sort of things because you don't think you're Superman. You know that within that environment you're going to get zapped. You've got the same emotions, but on the simulator.
Excellent.
Fantastic.
Andy McNabb, thank you so much.
No, thank you.
Absolute
Thank
pleasure.
you very much.
Wow, Andy McNabb.
He looked so at home in that environment.
Well, that is a massive compliment because that is what we wanted. We
Yeah, we
wanted him
did.
to think that he was in that sort of
And
environment.
I think it's fair, we didn't know how to call it, did we?
No, well, we didn't know if he was going to sort of come out and take the mickey out
Exactly.
of us, really.
I thought he might be a bit polite, but basically say, you know, he could do with some work, but not bad.
Yeah.
But you couldn't get him out of there.
Yeah. And the best thing was when he took his mask off.
His face was pixelated. so cool.
Well done,
Great,
guys.
that's all we've got time for on tonight's show. We really hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.
See ya.